Thanks, Ron. Good morning, everybody. All right. Good group, good group. Well, that was a nice introduction. As Ron tells you, I had nearly 2 decades of my life invested in the friendliest place on earth, and I'm here to tell you it wasn't always magic moments. There were some tragic moments in there, too. But here's what's interesting. As someone who was, after spending nearly 12 years with the Walt Disney Company, and I left, I was recruited away because I could actually apply for food stamps after a decade at Disney. The salaries they pay are not always the best. And that's a true story. I was recruited away to work for the Franklin-Covey organization. Stephen Covey and Hiram Smith recruited me away because they were bridging these two companies. And I was the trainer of a lot of folks at Disney on time management, where are the rest of these people? Huh? And speaking of time management, let me just do a disclaimer. I got the 2 thumbs up to go a little longer from this morning since we're starting a little later, because I'm one of these people that try to jam 3 hours into 90 minutes, and I hope you don't mind. As Ron told you, I'm very passionate about what I do and the impact. I have the best job in the world because what I know after working nearly 2 decades at Disney and analyzing some of the world leaders in service and service cultures, from the airline industry to the hotel industry to software companies to healthcare organizations, is they have some common elements. And I'm going to try to share some of those common elements with you today because I think what's important is, a lot of what you're going to hear today is common sense. It's just not common practice. Okay? So the big question that I'm going to ask you is, what are you willing to do at the end of this session, just one thing, to bring common sense and common sense to common practice, okay, in your business? Because I know a lot of you wear many different hats. Some of you develop software. Some of you create it. Some of you implement it. Some of you purchase it and try to orchestrate it into your organization. Some of you are professors. Some of you are administrators. Some of you don't even have a team. You're an individual contributor in an organization that you have no idea what the purpose of the organization is, but you have your own purpose. The question is, can we find or help define an organization and our personal values in alignment? That's where that peace of mind comes in. And I know a lot of you don't get up every morning and go, God, I can't wait to get to work and give a really crappy input in my job. But in the essence, sometimes our students, our undergrads, our graduate students, when they go ring the bell at the registrar's office, sometimes they get the roll of the eyes. Sometimes we don't always get up out of our chair as fast as we could because they're dressed in jeans and a T-shirt. Now, I haven't worked in higher education as much as I've worked in healthcare, but I see a lot of similarities between the voice of the patient and the voice of the student. When I interviewed students before I came here, undergraduates, graduates, and master's program students, because it's been a long time since I've stepped on a campus as a student. We won't go there. Well, some of the things they say are very similar to the focus groups that I have with patients. They're not necessarily customers. They're more like clients. They want to get something from you. Those of you who develop software and implement systems, you're enablers. Okay? I want access. And the generation that's coming out now, man, they want instant access. I always just think in my generation it was great because I can get $200 out of an ATM machine in less than 20 seconds. But these kids can send 20 text messages to their friends in less than 10 seconds. So why can't we give them, in my iPhone, I can get real internet access instantly anywhere now. So the question becomes, how can, we created a company based on my 20 years at Disney. I dissected the DNA of that service culture. But I couldn't get Disney to help organizations go through fruition after they benchmarked Disney. We're an entertainment company, a multi-billion-dollar for-profit. How do you deal with a state-run organization that's a not-for-profit, that has lots of contingencies and lots of bureaucracy? What about if you're a small individual contributor, an entrepreneur? How does this apply? Adapting and adopting these philosophies was a daunting challenge for a lot of our clients. So how can we share the methodology with them and take it through fruition? And Disney wasn't interested in that part. They said, come visit us. We'll take you into the parks. We'll take you behind the scenes. We'll let you meet leaders. We'll let you meet staff. And then let you see how we recruited them, how we trained them, how we reward them when they do it, and how they're accountable when they don't. It's up to you to make that translation happen. So when I left Disney, I took 7 of our best folks, and now we're up to about 25 folks. So on behalf of those 25 folks, thank you for letting me share the methodology with you. Our logo is very important, I think, to kick this off, because as you look in the middle, our physician partner, Dr. Wong, who's, by the way, whose brother is B.D. Wong on CSI Miami or one of those TV shows. He was the voice of Mulan in Mulan, or Mulan's boyfriend in Mulan. Anyway, famous guy. Dr. Wong, an Asian, brought the yin and the yang to our program, and I like that because of this. How you treat your employees, how you select the right fit people for the right role has a dramatic impact on what your mission and vision is going to be carried out or not. The disclaimer I'll make at the outset of this is how you treat your staff is exactly how they're going to treat your customers. So the question becomes, I always ask administrators,